Alright, we're back. More Doom Wads. I have a name for the show now. Special stream name for the specific, like, grab bag, Doom Wad shows that I'm gonna be doing. I don't have a regular schedule for these at all, or anything like that, so I'm just gonna be doing these whenever, I guess, but I needed something that was actually like a name for this, because, you know, it's a grab bag of Doom Wads, basically. Because there's some that are, like, they're gonna be, like, really short, some of them are gonna be longer. So what we have on the docket today, turn off the cannibal corpse, is we're gonna be doing a wad called Quadruple Threat, which is, I believe, a 1-level wad, made by 4 different, prolific wad authors, I believe that's the deal on it. And then after that, we're gonna be doing Hellground, which is a 7-level wad, and then if we have time after that, which we probably will, we're gonna be doing more of Zone 300, the one that we started last stream. That it's a whole bunch of really short 300 line def levels, and it's a whole mega wad, so it's 32 of them, but all the levels are really short. So and of course, last time we did Torment, Monster Hunter Limited, not to be confused with the Monster Hunter series. And then we did start Zone 300 last time. So the first one, Quadruple Threat. Let's look at the TXT. Oh my god, the TXT is a mess here. I don't know what happened. They forgot to press the return key or something. Look at this. Hold on. Look at this. What's going on? I can't read this. It's not. I have the word wrap on. Do I take? No, that's worse. Oof. I don't know what happened. Clearly, it wasn't entirely intended like this. But let's try to parse this. Quadruple threat. File name qthreat.wad. Release May 16th, 2010. So these are the WAD authors. They are, the Green Herring, 40 ounce, Jodwin, and Super Jamie. These are their emails. Speed map started on a whim amongst friends. Hub and exit by Super Jamie. Southern section by Eric, the Green Herring. Baker. Eastern section by John, 40 ounce, Vale. Northern section by Jonas, Jodwin, Ayala? I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm sorry. Is it Yunus? I don't know. Combined in one map and named by TGH. What's included? New levels 1. So it's a single map, has music, play information, designed for cooperative 2 to 4 player. Single player and designed for cooperative 2 to 4 player. Not for deathmatch. Alright. Not that that matters. I've literally never played Doom Deathmatch. It's not something that I have to worry about. Yeah, alright. It's boom compatible, so basically compatible with everything. Alright. Let's just readjust my... I like this with my 2 monitor setup. Hold on, I'm just gonna show it a little bit. Like I have like half of this here, and I have the stream information docked on OBS here. I love OBS Studio. It's so much better than the old one. I can't believe it took me forever just to switch over. And then I have on the other window, I have the chat portion here. I just have it pushed over. Here we go. Ah! Okay, that wasn't intentional. There we go. That's good? That's good. Alright. So, qthreat.wad. I'm gonna launch this with ZDL. Just so I can run it with Smooth Doom, just because I like that. Add. Let's go over here. You can't see any of this. I'm just doing whatever. Q threat. Q threat. Quadruple threat. Oh. Actually, I have my microphones a little bit pushed over here. I take out my microphone setup after I'm done streaming. I just put it aside because I don't want to be writing with my microphone and the pop filter in the way. Like I dismantle the whole thing, which is I don't have like an armature mic. I kind of wish I did, but What I have is fine. Ooh. Here we go. No custom tile screen. That's okay. Whatever. You don't need these things. You don't need, don't need all these special fancy things. You just need to have a solid, enjoyable level or two. Okay. That's a start. Okay, okay, okay. What is happening? Hildan, is this Death's the Philosopher? It is! Okay, that was a remarkably messy start, actually. Like, what? Kinda nasty. Can I get this chain gunner? Okay, good. Say what you will about Death's sort of transformation through their career, but I don't think they've ever put out a bad album. Unfortunately, Chuck Schuldner's death kind of cut the career short, but quit while you're ahead, I'm saying. Quick, get out of the way. Very interesting MIDI, actually. Oh, that was cool how they, like, it was pretty symmetrical and they went in totally opposite directions. Just because they fired at, like, the exact same frame that I was in between them. Actually, let's save this. Oh, what was it? Qthreat.wad? I think there was speculation too that Chuck Schuldiner wanted to, like, end Death. Or happened here? Silent teleport? Okay. Because he wanted to go work on Control Denied. And it's, it's been said that the last Death album, Sound of Perseverance, is really, it's a Control Denied album, but was sort of transformed into a Death album. Not that there's really much of a difference considering it's like the same people involved, correct? The only difference really being Tim Amar being the vocalist. I could be wrong on that, but I think the band itself was like the same members. I think the best Death albums were later in their career. I mean, like, if that's what you think, then I mean, yeah. But as far as I think, it's like I think they're all like almost equally good, but they're just all different, right? I mean, the first three albums are probably the closest in, like, a coherent sound together. Oh my gosh. Oh, did I fall? Is that what happened? I just didn't notice? Oof. No. I think out of all their albums, though, I think the accessible one, though, is Symbolic. Which is, like, it's like their second last album, but... The thing about that one is, like, I think it has, like, just enough of almost like a typical metal sound that you would expect without it being too kind of weird and out there, and Sound of Perseverance is, like, it's a little bit weird and out there. I know, like, definitely one of the big things on, like, Sound of Perseverance is not just the technicality difference, but, like, the mixing makes the album sound like totally different from anything else they did, which I think was like kind of in part to do with the fact that it was like a lot of like work in progress, control denied material. You can actually hear if you have the what do you call it, the special edition of it, the re-release. On the bonus disc, it has like a bunch of demos, and you can hear like a lot of the songs were meant to have clean vocals. Obviously, they're just like testing for the vocal patterns on the demos, but like it's interesting to hear how the songs could have been if they're intended to be more of like the prog power metal stuff. Which it's weird because like the shift in genre really is just like between those two would have just been a vocal thing. Yeah, I'm just not doing good on health. Can I just jump in here and get that teleport out? Jump in here, pop. Oh my god, it's relentless. Health. All right, this is a bit of a nasty level. It's small. It's got like tight corridors. Human. You like Human, honestly. Great lamp on that one. Both the guys from Cynic and Annular Dart. Yeah. Something else that people. I'm not sure how much people point out about. Can't open that from this side. Okay. About Human is that at that point, half of Death was gay. What's his name? Yeah, the members from Cynic. Gosh, I don't remember their names right now. Both gay, not dating each other, but am I stuck? What's going on? Why can't I? Can I not open anything? Or why would you put a switch like in the wall like that? That's weird. Pretty good amount of detail too. I have such a hard time. Yeah, they couldn't come out until like 25 years after the album came out. Yeah, I mean, like, the metal community kinda homophobic. Probably much better now than it was in the late 90s, but I have a hard time picking my favorite Death album. I know that there's like a couple that it usually isn't, and it's usually not individual thought patterns, and it's usually not spiritual healing. Not to say that they're bad, it's just I don't like. There's stuff that I like better, but they're all like top tier death metal albums. And they have such a like all of Death's music has such like a wide range of sound that it encompasses like a good majority of death metal as a whole. You got the older stuff that's closer to thrash metal. You've got sort of the more melodic stuff, and then you got the more technical stuff. It's a good mix of like everything. I have the Berserk pack still. What am I doing? Hold on, I'm gonna sneeze. I don't want to sneeze directly into them. Oh my gosh, I unmute my microphone and I have to sneeze again. God damn it. sometimes it really is just hard to sneeze once. Because like you do it and then your body's like, no, you got to do it again because you still got something tickly in your nose or sinuses or whatever. Not nearly as much homophobia anymore. Nobody really cares anymore. Quite a few gay people come out to metal shows nowadays. Yeah. I think just like the globalization of the metal scene has helped with a lot of that intolerance, just in general. Because, you know, once you have the internet and you have a lot of people talking to each other, that plus just a lot of the different social changes that have happened over time, kind of gets people, like, not really caring about that stuff as much. But yeah, there is still people who are quite homophobic, quite racist, misogynist, and that sucks. But for the most part, I feel like a lot of people have made sort of that declaration that that stuff isn't really welcome in metal. Especially because, like, metal is, like, very anti-authoritarian. And you have a lot of the people who are in power who are trying to push, like, those racist and homophobic ideologies. It's like, it's almost antithetical to what metal is. This room is just the shit zone. Maybe I should just run down here. There is an arch file, and I got nowhere to hide from it. I don't even know where it is. Just gun it down here, I guess. Oh, geez, come on. Classic Noom. Funny enough, racist, misogynists, homophobes always end up getting banned. Sorry, I died because I looked at chat. From venues because they act like shitheads and cause all kinds of problems. I mean, you know, you're there to watch. No, it's not your fault. You're there to watch music. You're not there to cause a problem with the other people who are just there to watch music. Why you say watch music? I mean like listen to music, but you know, watch it at the same time. So where is it? Oh, he's in the cage. This is why I have free look on. Otherwise I wouldn't be able to look up at him and shoot him. What is this? Red key? What is this? 200 and what? 78, jeez. Well, they're spawning the lost souls and that makes the counter go up sometimes, but I think it depends on the source port you're using. Can I get a rocket launcher or something, please? For God's sake. Is there actually something in here? Like, weapon-wise? No. Is there, like, nothing I can do in here unless I... What? This is just a nasty map. Rocket launcher would be nice. I mean, BFG ideally. Plasma gun would. I'd accept that. Please don't make me take out these hordes with a shotgun. Get the pain elementals first, if possible. Oh, was there only one? Okay. Oh, no, there's another one. Okay. It's like once you fall in this hole, you can't get out because you need the key. Oh, maybe the key is actually in here. This was a phenomenally bad idea, but you know. Oh, teleporter. Ah! Okay, so we can do that. We can get them all out. Run a circle around here, grab some stuff, health and other stuff, and then run back in here, and hopefully most of them will be gone. Teleport in here. Ah! Open, open, open. Thank you. Oof. I'll probably save now that I'm, like, out of danger. Kind of out of danger. Oh, are you kidding me? 2 of them? Like, come on. Sure, here, you can... We're just gonna have them resurrect everything that you just killed. Hit you from anywhere, but at least they give you, like, cover here. You can get out of here, please. Did he really not spawn any lost souls upon death? Oh, I guess, maybe there was something in front of him that prevented them from spawning? I don't know the exact mechanics of that, but I know if there is, like, something solid in front of the Pain Elemental when it's trying to spawn the Cacodemons, not the Cacodemons, the Lost Souls, it will, like, it won't. I don't like this. Is there anything else I can do here? Oh my god. No, it's like this gives you a glimmer of hope, and then it just throws you in the shit. Like, oh yeah, you wanna get out of here? Hell no. Oh, I was afraid of. I don't think I really like this. I mean, sure, it's combat focused, but oh, of course. Step 1 foot out the door, and then the Archvile gets you. There's like, okay, there's, excuse me, there's 3 of them in this map, at least. Which is at least 2 too many. I mean, really it's 3 too many, but... Gross. Ugh. Why can Lost Souls open doors? They don't have arms. And rocket directly in the face. Give me a second here. Don't. Oh, we're... The problem is, like, I have such low health, and it's just so hard to, like, not lose that health. Because you end up, like, you cross a corner, and then, like, you just got a whole bunch of guys on you. And you can't open doors fast enough. I hit it twice, and it just started closing again, but... the RNG is making it play out a little different each time. Holy cow. The Revenant Fireball came through here? Really? Stop coming in here. I didn't invite you. Okay, well now I can deal with you in here. Ugh, stop it. Please, with the Lost Souls. And there's a freaking airplane. Huh? Oh. Look away from the screen for 1 second. I forget which direction I'm facing. Let me throw. Health, health, health. Alright. Alright, no, that didn't work. This could be a strat. Ugh. Oh, okay, there we go. I telefragged him. Ah! No, no, no. Oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. Okay. Those Revenant Fireballs, like, they're pretty accurate in tracking you. Going back to homophobia a bit, there's a meme that goes something like being homophobic is gay because you're thinking about what guys do in the bedroom. That's pretty gay. Yeah. One of the things that I never understood is, you know, not to get too explicit. Oh, you made it in here. Get out of here. But constantly hearing, you know, the homophobic jokes about, like, oh, you know, so-and-so takes it up the butt. It's like, well, if every gay guy receives, who's giving? That's my question. I mean, obviously it's presumptuous to just assume that every gay man does that or enjoys any aspect of that. But yeah, it's kind of, you know, the obsession with, like, gay people's sex lives. Yeah, that's kind of shows a bit of a preoccupation with what other people are doing in the bedroom. Can I? Oh, get out of here! Go. Ooh. I want to see if I can, from here, you can do this. The first... Ooh. Oh, that was not good. The first couple shots from the chain gun here are, like, always, like, dead center where the... I guess where the crosshair is. I mean, Classic Doom doesn't have a crosshair, but... you can use the chain gun to snipe. Probably just as many straight dudes who like butt stuff as gay dudes who do not. Yeah, yeah, probably. It's also, like, really messed up because, like, anytime, like, the discussion involving kids who are gay comes up, like, people, like, automatically, like, oh, well, you're just sexualizing children, that's fucked up. It's like, well, like, you realize, like being gay is not, it's not automatically, like, yes, it's a sexual orientation, but it's not about having sex constantly. Like, that's not, like, it's kind of like weird because they can't. Some people just can't frame attraction to other people, and can't understand that, you know, there's other things that go into it. It's not constantly about that. But like there's been so many, especially during like the 80s where there was the AIDS crisis and everything, the myth that, you know, gay men specifically are like these hypersexual beings who are out there spreading diseases. And so when you start talking about like kids who are gay, it's like, what do you mean? You're just sexualizing kids, right? You know, that's also who receives. Easy answer. Take turns. Some people do that. There's the thing is like not every couple is the same, you know? Because people like to frame gay relationships. Like, it's not just, you know, two males, but just like two people of the same gender in general. Lots of people like to frame it as like, who's the man and who's the woman, because it's like, well, the point is that that's not the case, right? You know? It's also because, like, when they're asking that question, what they're really trying to ask is who's the dominant and who's submissive, right? You know, with obviously their idea is that men are always dominant, women are always submissive. That's how that's how people are raised. They have this schema in their head of how relationships operate, and that's entirely based off of like this traditional heterosexual relationship. There's just too many monsters in this. It's just, at least they give you plenty of ammo, but they don't really give you anything other than the super shotgun. I mean, there's a chain gun, but they don't give you a whole ton of ammo for that. Ooh. No. Alright, stop. Please. Oh. See how powerful that is? Just throws you across the map. Okay, what do we gotta deal with? I wanna get that pain elemental out of the way. I mean, these revenants too, but this door does not open. I need red key. Just hearing like the rumbling coming from the Archvile's fire attack when it misses you. Huh? Where is this? He's up there? Yeah. This is why you were not meant to look up in Doom. Everything just turns flat. You can change that though. There's an option. Oh my god, there's just so many things. Where? Excuse me, what is it under? I don't know, but there's an option somewhere in that incredibly complex menu that you can make it so that the monster sprites are always like facing you, I think. Even when you're above them, which looks a little bit funny, but that's what happens when you have like sprite-based enemies. Oh, just walked right into that one. Oh, bad move. All right, yeah, just get rid of me. I have 1% health. I don't stand a chance. All right. All right, all right. Goddamn skeletons. All right, I don't stand a chance. All right, how about I just try to get this pain elemental first? Oh, this isn't working. Ugh. I should have, like, stood underneath the door. That way it wouldn't close. Yeah, stop opening doors. You should not be able to do that. Very strange how everything in the Doom world seems to operate on hydraulics. Even wooden doors. I mean, obviously there's a reason for that in the engine, because you can only raise and lower the heights of ceilings and floors. Yeah, try that again, buddy. What? Oh, there's just a whole bunch of guys behind me. Didn't even see them. Oh, did you see that? He killed that guy for me. I mean, obviously they can do that, but... Hey. Run into here. There was like an alert noise? Did something else just open up and they noticed me or something? Don't die, alright. I'll try. I thought this was just gonna be a short thing. Taking like half an hour so far, just because of, like, mostly this one room. I have a... Problem is he's just like running around up there and I can't get a good shot on him just because he's not like a super wide target. All right, come on, please. His damage taking noise is also not like super loud, thank God. So it's sometimes hard to tell when you're actually hitting him. I did it! Now where's the damn red key? You know where it probably is? It's probably like in here. Now they've got a whole bunch of guys they can resurrect just because there's a whole bunch of corpses in here. What am I gonna do? What am I gonna do about this? Go in, press the button, run out. Seems like that works. I didn't receive any like red key out of that, so Well, I kind of wish that there was like maybe like shotgun or chain gun guys in there, just so like if he resurrects them, then I could have gotten their ammunition back when they dropped it. How can he still see me around that corner? Okay, this is just silly. Can I get more of them on there? Am I really on fists? I'm on fists. I can't see anything. God damn it. Some shells here. We're opening the door now? Alright. Okay, so there's a switch in there. Who knows what that switch does? Are you Cyber Demon? Are you kidding me? My dude. I didn't know if I pressed the button, but I know I did. Okay, well clearly these are just like level hazards. There's no actual intention on killing them. Go do it. Go do your thing. Go kill him. Kill him yourself. There we go. Get them fighting. That Cyber Demon will kill him pretty fast. Rockets do a lot of damage. What is happening? What is this? What is this wad? Jesus. I did read some of the reviews on it saying that it was fairly difficult. But they mostly just talked about the start, how you had to run away from the pinkies that immediately run after you, but all right. Okay. I got out of the chaos room. Geez, what else can I do here? Where does this lead? Oh yeah, up here, the chain gunners. This, oh, okay, is it that this floor drops away, right? Okay, this is like not that bad comparatively. It's like, all right, imps, revenants, that's fine. It's not like 5 pain elementals, a horde of cacodemons, 6 mancubi, and 3 archviles and a cyber demon like the other room. All right. Okay, so nasty level. Not sure really what the point of that was. Like going in there, was it just for like the super shotgun? Or was there a key I was meant to collect? No? Better. It's a decently sized map. It's... Oh yeah, it's... You have to press this to open up this. Okay, that got both of them. Or was there 2? Yeah, there was. I was like... I only heard the one death noise, I guess. Are these just lost souls, or is there a pain elemental spawning them? That's my question. Guess not. We're safe. Hell Knight? There. Oh, 2 of them. Okay. I suppose you're supposed to access this part of the map first and then the other room second? I'm still not, like, oh. I'm still, like, not totally sure where the actual finale of the map is. Where the exit is. I need a blue key. Or, no, that's just one of those switches. What am I doing? What am I talking about? I keep forgetting because there is this switch texture where it uses the blue skull key image, but it's actually just a button. Here's one secrets. One secrets. Come on. I think I'm gonna sneeze for a second. And then there's a chain gunner who attacks me. Oh, there's this whole other section. Well, I guess there's 4 main sections of the map. This is the whole thing. This seems more or less what you're intended to do with the chain gun here. No, don't strafe into the fireballs, you dummy. Huh? Oh, okay. Just like all I'm hearing is like the fireball sounds. Do I still have... Of course I do. Just get me back so I can, like, fire at a crowd of them. There we go. That's much more manageable. It's like the imps, they're, like, not that bad in, like, individually. It's just as a group they're a problem because they, you know, they're weak, but they have the fireball attack. I mean, they're not as bad as, like, the shotgun guys, because if you have a whole group of those, they can hit you from anywhere on the map, basically, as long as they can see you. Okay. Wait, how do I get to that side? What do I have to do? Button a button I have to press, of course. Oops. Don't die now. You move like they do. Ah, okay. Yeah, fuck you too. Uh-oh, we're in the... Did I just save? No, I didn't. Did I? I don't remember. I can't remember what happened 5 seconds ago. This place is really dark. It's like we're playing Doom 64 now. Ugh. Of course there's an archvile in there too. So can I just like gun it past and... Well, this is a lot bigger than I thought it was. Okay. I guess this is gonna be big challenge number 3. I was kind of hoping I could just, like, surf on their heads. Okay, first of all... Okay, there are, like, shotgunners up on the hill. Okay, so what is the aim of this room? What am I doing? Is there a button I gotta press? Maybe I can just wait for them to come out. Or, you know, they can fight each other. That's way too many cacodemons. That's just kind of silly. Whoa. Well, I have one rocket, apparently. No rocket launcher. I wonder, maybe there's one in that room? There's gotta be one on the map somewhere. Can you actually, like, leave this room once you get in? No, you can't. That's... alright. Oh, okay. Okay, the shotgunners are mostly on this, if not all of them are on this outside cliff here. Not a whole lot of health in this room either. It's like, they give you just enough, but then, like, to pad out the damage you're taking. But, like, once you use it up, it's like, it's gone. The problem is, like, there's no real strategic way I think you can take this room, other than, like, maybe go for the high ground like that? And I don't know, maybe, did that open up another, like, monster closet? Ah! I can't imagine what like somebody speed running this map would look like. All right. Was there another? I swear there was another one of those switches where it was like, it looks like the blue key thing, but it's not. You know, one of these. Yeah, it was here, right? What did that do? Do I need to press all of those switches? Ah! You shouldn't be out here. A little bit more health. Okay, ammunition. No, no. Yeah, I can't go that way now. Jeez, look at this. Get him, get out, go, go, go. Where was I heading? Well. What did I do to cause the floor to drop here last time? Like, you can't survive that room like that. It's just... Go, go, go. Ah. I'm not missing anything else, am I? No. Short map, they said. Well, no one said that. I said that. How about take this room a little slower? Get into the corner, like down here, where the shotgunners cannot get you. How about that? Almost worked. Don't want to go too far over that way, though, because that's what happens. This is like the safe spot. Unfortunately, you can't really maneuver back and forth too much. There's like a dude over there. There's a couple of them. But I don't have any ammo, so it's not like I can take them out like this, like here. This is just going to be a game of just run for it, basically. There's more shotgun stuff in that middle platform there. Haha, yeah, see that? Check that out. Probably nothing to brag about, obviously. For the sake of brevity. Does it give ammo? Yeah. Sorry. Just because I don't want to be playing this all day. Yeah, I'm not quite sure how you're supposed to deal with all of this, given the monster count and given the fact that, like, you're not given, like, nearly enough ammunition to deal with a lot of these enemies. Kind of like, well, it's not like the map is like actually broken. Like, I didn't know what was going on yesterday on that huge map that we were doing, the huge one, the gigantic Monster Hunter Limited, that one, where I fell in the pit and then I couldn't get out and I had no idea how to get out. Like, I think that was like an actual error with the map. At least that's the only thing that makes sense to me. But this is like, yeah, it's my bad play, but it's also like, it's just, yeah, like that. There's just so many enemies. Kind of got to rely on like a lot of like the RNG values for the damage dealt because there's just too many damn monsters. How do I... What am I doing? Is there a button? There is a button. What am I talking about? I pressed that button already. This looks like I have to raise a platform, right? Like this? Because there's no way I can, like... No. They thought of that. They thought of... Oh! Jeez! What? Oh, so now I can get up on that ledge. Should not be hard. Oh, I guess it's a little too high. Yeah. Hello. Followed me back, huh? Well, okay. Ugh. What did I gain from that? Did pressing one of these buttons, like this one, did it do something? It gave me a way out of that room. Like, but okay. I'm still hearing like an archvile, and I'm not sure where he is. Hidden in the wall somewhere. Oh, did it raise this? Oh, there's two of them, that's why. I suppose that's what it did. Like, oh, I guess each of those switches was probably also raising, like, in addition to those other things, was probably raising these. That makes sense. I'm not sure how I feel about the mute button on my... Oh, there's a Baron too. There's a mute button on my microphone, but it's like a touch one. Like, you don't actually have to press it. You just, like, tap it. I could have made this, like, easy for myself, and I could have just given myself the weapons, but... didn't want to cheat too much. Alright, so that's... I'm getting too overzealous with trying to fight this Baron. What am I supposed to do? Just, like, sit here and just, like, shoot him like this? Look at all the extra spread that's going everywhere else. Oh, okay. Okay. Yeah. Try climbing up here and just... I don't think I've ever, like, heard this song repeat so many times in my life. Oh, yeah, I'm back over here. Well, see ya. Oh, no! Did I not? I didn't finish this room. I haven't saved since I entered this room. Oh my god. For real. 2 health. 15 health. Reload. Probably just switch the shotgun for this. Super shotgun, please. Oh yeah, and then there's the chain gunners who are actually in there, but I need to raise the thing, right? So pressing this button is what raises that? Well, that's instantaneous too. That's weird. Just like that door opens instantaneously. I don't know. That's strange. Is it like meant to be a jump scare? Why would I don't understand the reasoning behind that. I wonder if like because the way that Doom's difficulty works is that in the map editors, you can alter the number of monsters. Like you can make monsters and items and stuff only appear on specific difficulties. So I'm starting to wonder like what does the difficulty look like on like ultra violence, which is like that's standard hard mode. We're good. We're good. Can we go tackle the end of the map and save again, please? Thank you. You just like... No, I guess you gotta kill them. I was like, can you just gun it for the exit? Like, don't even bother. That was risky. Why did I stand there for so long? You may be wondering. And it was because I backed up into the corner of the wall and I got stuck. Like that. I suppose I could be using the chain gun on him. Make more sense. I don't remember how many bullets it takes to take down a Baron with a chain gun. And I probably should know, considering that's the finale of the shareware, of the original Doom shareware, but about a few. Okay, I think I could probably get them. Provided this area doesn't just like teleport me to another like area with more monsters in it. This seems like the end. If you can hit them, they can hit you. Hold on, what key is it? It's 4. Haven't awakened the Baron on this save, I think. Just go. You know, these guys are, the Archviles are in, like, Doom 3, but they are, like, significantly nerfed. Like, they're, like, more powerful than, like, your common enemies, but, like, their fire attacks are not nearly this bad. Well, number one, they're not instantaneous. They just kind of, like, send a wave of fire at you. And they summon enemies in, because in Doom 3, enemy corpses disappear, just like they do in Doom 2016. And they have enemies that are called archviles in the game files for Doom 2016, but in game they're called summoners. Probably because at some point they decided, oh, we're gonna use the archvile as a boss in the next game, and that's what they're doing. Okay. I shoot him? Okay. Why would you make them shootable switches? No other switches in this are shootable. Oh, it's just like stopped for a second. I was like, oh no, did it freeze? But it's done. Done. And that was that. Goes right back to Doom 2. Okay. Jeez. Give me a second here. How was that? Okay. Well, it's cool for people like the level design itself, like the level itself was like pretty good. You had like that central hub area and you had to raise the pillars, I guess. It took me a second to realize that's exactly what they were. But I mean, you know, that's I see a lot like a lot of other maps do that sort of thing, except it's like you have to like raise like colored pillars according to key cards and you'd have to go grab the keys. But in this one it was like you had to go to each of those areas and like you have to press a switch in each of those areas to raise a pillar, which is I guess it's not as intuitive, but I don't know, it made sense. It's the monster count that was like outrageous, and the balancing between the monsters and the ammunition and the health, which I mean, if you're a really good Doom player, which I'm not, that's probably a decent challenge, but that's just I don't know, kind of a nightmare, really. The next one we got, hold on, just move this. Next one we got is called Hellground. Not Hellbound, it's a different one. The Hellbound is 32 levels long, which is why I'm not going to play that one in one of these. Looking at this is Hellground. Author Alexander Eternal S, aka Deadall. Other files by authors. This is the other stuff they've worked on from Russia. This is 7 levels for quote unquote advanced boom compatible ports. So, when was this done? This is 10 years ago, so it's not something that's going to be a problem. Textures, American McGee's Alice, Dave's Vault, Half-Life. 7 levels. 7 levels. Well, it said 7 levels here, but yeah. Okay, okay. Load this up. Hold on, I didn't... Did I check, it doesn't have... Just to be safe, I'm not gonna run this with the smooth doom because I don't know if if that's gonna cause any weird graphical problems with the custom textures and stuff. There might be custom sprites. It just says custom graphics, which could mean textures or sprites, and if it's sprites, then it could be affected by the smooth doom quad that I was running. So HG light. Oh, and it comes with a like a lighting pack as well, I guess. Hellground. Custom title pick. Uh-oh. Now I'm getting vibes from that other one that started off kind of like this. I just named them after the WOD names, but that's fine. Oh, wow, okay. Nice detailing. Obviously custom textures, and yeah, custom sprites are custom sprites. Not sure about the enemies or the weapons, but this stuff. Big open desolate area. Guess we're going to the castle. I'm just gonna assume that it's gonna be death if I fall down there. Let's try it. No? Maybe there's a reason to come down here then. No? Is there a way back up? Don't know, but let's just reload and not do that. All right. Don't go in the moat. Just when you thought it was safe to go back in the moat. Well, maybe we have to. We have to otherwise find out. Oh. Oh, okay. Is this... What did I pick up? Picked up a clip? That noise signifies. Wasted my ammo. Oh, look at this. Fallen comrades. Oh, it has like a little shell casing sound too. Or... That doesn't make sense why I'd have a shell casing sound for this, but I guess it's the bullet casing, I mean. But like, it's not like you have an animated casing coming out, so I don't... Not quite sure what the purpose of that is. It might get a little annoying. Oh, what is that noise from? The switch noise. From another game. Yeah, that's gonna get real annoying, the pink sound. Shotgun, please. Thank you. I'm not sure about that shotgun sound. The pistol sound. Hold on. Yeah, they made a boo-boo. It could be... No, there's no way that it's the source port. I was wondering, like, that's why there's a shell casing sound, because I was like, this is the for the pistol, that's the noise it was making was the shotgun noise. And it was... And the shotgun is making the pistol noise. Uh-oh, is this gonna... Yeah, that's making, like, the shotgun sound. That's, strange. I don't know if that was intentional or if there is a bug, but, I'm not gonna render it unplayable. Have to shoot the switch. Yeah, figured as much. Hello, Rumman15. Welcome back to this. I have to shoot both. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. This sound effect mismatch is really distracting. Because that is clearly like supposed to be the pistol sound. I mean, it's a very nice looking map. I'm just not sure this. How do you keep talking constantly? It's really good streaming skill. I feel like there's actually a lot of dead air on my streams. Not as much as like if you watch like the, you know, the pro streamers, if you watch like the Vine sauces, those guys, they talk constantly. I don't know. I don't think I really do it that much. I just like talk when there's things I want to talk about, but was that supposed to be there? Yeah. Well, I guess, yeah, it's supposed to be like a lift. That makes sense. It is a very nice looking map with the, like, of course you can make a nice looking map with the textures, but like, I mean, like in terms of the actual building itself, the architecture, pretty good. I have a feeling I'm going to get turned around in these hallways. There is a, oh, okay, this is, there's seven of these? 7 levels, and these levels are rather big. Well, I mean, a lot of this was the outside, so I can't imagine, like, the inside is going to be as big. Could be, though. There really is no dead air at all. It's wild and amazing. Well, thank you. There's dead air, like just briefly there when I have to pause it because I think I'm gonna sneeze, which I'm like in a constant state of because it's spring. Wait, what did I have to do here? Oh, it was like this. What is that lift noise from? That's not Doom. Or maybe Doom 64. Maybe it is classic Doom. I don't know. I just don't hear that noise very often. Beep. You know, I should actually like probably like take a break and go find like an allergy pill or something. But here's the problem with allergy pills is like Benadryl is like, it's literally a sleeping pill. Like it's the exact same medicine that they package as sleeping pills. I don't remember its name, like its actual like chemical name, but like if you ever buy like a bottle of sleeping pills, like obviously there's different types of sleeping pills, but one of the kinds is like it's the same as Benadryl. It's an antihistamine and also a sleeping pill. It's weird. I've tried other stuff like I've tried Claritin and Arius, and they don't make me drowsy, but they don't really fix my allergies. It's strange. I mean, Benadryl kind of does, but it makes me so tired. American medicine is absolutely whack. I mean, I don't live in America, but I had the flu when I was in NYC and took some cold medicine and became really confused and forgetful. Side effects may include death. Spontaneous exsanguination. Diarrhea. Nausea, heartburn, and indigestion. Baron behind me. Oh. Alright. I deserve that. At least this time I'm not gonna get hit by him from behind. I can't... I'm wondering if, like, maybe I should... Like, I got a new doctor recently. My old doctor, like, he moved. I was still technically his patient, but, like, he moved, like, all the way across the city to, like literally, like, an hour and a half away. And it's like, I'm not gonna go out there for, like, a 10-minute appointment. Like, are you kidding me? So I switched doctors. So maybe I should talk to him and say, hey, you know, is there some, like, prescription allergy meds I could get? That's kind of obtuse that one of them's a switch and one of them isn't. I thought the accent sounded American, but I'm very bad with accents. Yeah, I'm Canadian, which, I mean, the accent is very similar as northern United States. Like, go to, like, North Dakota, South Dakota, Minnesota, that area. Like, they all kind of, like, they sound the same as, like, just north of there in Manitoba and Saskatchewan. I mean, Ontario sounds a little bit different, like, the further east you go. But it is a regional thing. It's not... like, from what I understand in Britain, like, the accents tend to be more associated with class than region. But that's obviously, like, to do with, like, the history involved, right? And, like, the separation of classes so it was originally more of, like, a geographical thing, I guess, because the classes were separated more into, like, different geographical areas, but, like, now it's just kind of carried on. Like European history is just, like, it's on a... Oh my god, okay. I scratched my arm for a second. We have a ton of different accents. Yeah. Are you from the United Kingdom? Like, Europeans, like, the history in terms of just, like, Europe and the scale of it is just kind of, like, incomprehensible to someone who lives in the quote-unquote New World, lives in North America, who's the descendant of immigrants and not, like of the indigenous population here, because obviously that, like, the indigenous population, their history goes back, like, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years. Thousands, actually. That's very strange how this texture is, like, it looks so much more defined than, like, how blocky and pixelated everything else is. Near Cambridge, I'd say. I didn't have an accent, but I guess that's what everyone would say. Yeah. Because, I mean, to me, like, my accent just, like, it just sounds like how everyone else talks here. Well, not everyone. There are people who grew up in more rural areas. Even in Manitoba here, that they have a, and it's a really hard accent to imitate, but they oh yeah, you know, the stereotypical Canadian accent, and they talk like that. And I've worked with people, like, my old boss had that accent. And it's just, like, it's still funny to us, I guess, like, the people who don't have it. But, like, I've been told by, like, Americans before, like, I guess, you know, for you, somebody who's from Europe, I guess a lot of North American accents must sound the same. But I guess for people who live in America, I've been told before that, like, I have a noticeable Canadian accent, and it's like, I don't know, I just sound normal to myself. They're like, oh, but you say you say pasta instead of pasta. Yeah, because I don't talk like this. You know, what is that? Is that West Coast? I don't know. Say pasta instead of pasta. You say lava instead of lava. Here's one we can relate on, is that we put in spelling, not accent wise, but in spelling we put U's in everything. You're questioning how you say pasta. What are some other things? I'm trying to think. Oh, everyone goes on about the how people in Canada say a boat. They say that we say a boat weird. Or outside. Like we don't say outside, we say outside. Which it's like a slight difference. Dear God. Count Archvile, welcome to the stream. It's a boot. It's not a boot, it's a boat. It's I guess it is closer to a boat than that. But I guess like if you go to like I'm just like stopping the gameplay for a second to contemplate accents, but like if you think like in terms of like a British accent, a boat, it almost sounds a little bit closer to like the way we say a boat in terms of when we say about. We don't say about. I don't know. Like now I'm like yeah, nothing sounds right. You start concentrating on the accents, it's like well, now I'm gonna have to start saying about. But when you don't like when you're consciously thinking of it, you'll say it like that. But like if you're not, you know, and you just say it in conversation, you'll go like, oh, you know, you'll say a boat. That's just how people say it unconsciously, I guess. One thing about like North American accents in particular is like when there's like a T in the middle of the word, like or like a double T in the middle of a word, like we don't say bitter, we say bitter. Because if you say bitter, it just sounds like you're like over enunciating. There's a lot of like guessing this is blue key. A lot of like glossing over different consonant sounds. When Americans do mock British accents on accents, they over enunciate the T's when in fact most of them are dropped. Well, I suppose like it's also probably like a regional thing, or even like maybe it is like a class thing, like when people do like the I can't do a British accent to save my life, honestly. But like I guess like the more proper London, I guess, accent probably enunciates the T's a lot more than, say, you know, like something like a Cockney accent would, which that one tends to drop like a lot of the consonants and use like what do they call it, like a, I don't know, where it's like, it's almost like it's pronounced in the throat very silently. Like bitter, you know, bitter, instead of like I'm using the word bitter, right? Bitter, bitter, and I'm sorry, bitter and bitter, you know. It's the and the R's at the end of the, if I'm not mistaken, like the what am I doing here? I'm confused. Do I have to shoot a switch? I have to shoot this switch? That switch? Nope, guess not. Very nice looking level. A little bit confused. No British person I know pronounces T's properly. There's people whose like entire field of study is just accents and regional differences, and how certain pronunciations of like the same words evolved over time. Like someone's gotta, I gotta learn this way. Like in the United States, they say lieutenant, and that's how it's spelt. But in Is that like a French loan word? But in Canada, we're supposed to pronounce it. We're supposed to, like, we say lieutenant a lot because that's just kind of cultural osmosis from the United States. But like the correct pronunciation, and I know this because I took courses in radio and television, and there's a style guide not only in spelling but in pronunciation. Is you're supposed to say lieutenant. Yeah, they're dropped or pronounced as like D's, the T sound. Yeah, bitter, butter, better. What am I doing? Like, I know that this is like just a stylistic thing because the Doom engine doesn't do pushable doors, but I'm not sure what the shoot. Damn it. Yeah, like, what am I doing? There's a I have the blue key card now. What? Did I not have that before? What? Because I tried to use the, is this lift just going forever, or? Oh, it just moves very slowly, constantly. Oh, okay. Well, apparently I did have the blue key card this whole time, but I was like, you can't use it on here, so I guess it's the switch. And crap, I'm gonna sneeze again. Hoping it's not gonna be a volley of like 3 sneezes. Maybe I should close the window and like the you know, quote unquote allergens aren't gonna get in, but then it's like my computer's gonna eat up something nasty, and then what am I gonna do? I'm gonna turn on the fan and it's gonna blow the dust around. Thanks. Push your tongue to the roof of your mouth. It stops you sneezing. I've heard that before. And I've also heard that it can help with like the congestion, but when I do it, like it causes like my nose to start running sometimes. Like, it's uncomfortable. Ugh. Where was I going? Yeah, down to. Yeah, the confusion in level design is basically like it's a Doom staple, but there's ways you can make your level like not confusing, and if you go out of your way to make your level confusing, that's probably like the mark of like a bad level. But it's Doom is like rarely ever. I mean, like you can do what you want in when you're mapping, but Doom is rarely ever just like corridors. Or you go to this room, then you go to this room, then you go to this room. Doom 2016 was actually kind of like that. I mean, the levels were fairly open, but not as open as I'd like them to be. Very open for like a modern FPS. Like, I think I played like I played some of like Wolfenstein: The New Order when it came out, and it is like it's as much as I liked some of that game. Well, what I played of it, I never finished it, but it is very much like you go to this room, then you go to this room, then you go to this room. I'm actually gonna just go and ransack my my medicine for an allergy pill, because this is like, I don't know what's going on. I will be back momentarily. Okay, I'm back, and when I was downstairs to grab the whatever, there was a package that came for me in the mail. Not really a package. It was like it's packaged like a package, but they could have put it like it's like an envelope. Um, and it's so funny because it's like I ordered just a pair of earrings. And I needed like the hypoallergenic ones because uh um my my skin does that weird thing where certain metals cause it to react funny and turn like blue. And then it starts not only disintegrating the metals, but also like my skin starts disintegrate. It's weird and it's gross. I've heard it's a genetic thing, but it's also pretty common. And so these earrings are in a plastic bag, like a little plastic bag that were inside of a little like suede drawstring pouch, which were inside the paper, which I guess is the receipt. Yeah. And that was inside a larger plastic bag, which was inside of the envelope. There's another thing. Is I'm not sure if that's an accent difference. Envelope versus envelope. I don't know which places say what, but I don't know. We say envelope here. Have your third cup of coffee at 11 p.m. Make great life choices. Hey, you know what? I drink caffeinated beverages at 2 in the morning. So it's only. Oh my god! It's 5 o'clock already. 5 in the evening. Afternoon? Is it 5 in the afternoon? 5 o'clock is like the transition between afternoon and evening, right? Like, is it 5 in the afternoon or is it 5 in the evening? Your own pronunciation. Envy Lupe. I've scented candles, and I was looking for where my lighter was. I'm like, it's not on my desk. Where's my lighter? Oh no, oh no, my candle's like popping and crackling. What the heck's going on? Something emitting like a flammable gas somewhere? Oh no, it's fine now. I was like, where's my lighter? And it's like, oh, it's in my vest pocket. I forgot I put it there. Okay. Back to Doom, where I have died. Okay. Oh, this is just kind of like nuts. I'm looking for where to stop, where to just like take cover for a second if I need it, and it's like, nope, just more enemies. So I'm guessing based on that I'm gonna need like a Oh, I thought it was yellow. That's just the color of the thing. I thought I'd need a yellow key to lower it, but no. Oh, I shouldn't be standing there and just looking away from the screen. It's so bad when like you have like a nose that's like it's kind of runny, but it's kind of not. It's mostly just like swelling. But like if you have to blow your nose, I hate blowing my nose. Or like you sniffle, it's like you're irritating the tissue more and causing more swelling. Then you start talking and like your voice sounds all nasally because you got a plugged up nose, and then you start sounding like this. Allergies are so gross. I've heard you can get like your nasal passages like cauterized for people who have like chronic nosebleeds or like chronic congestion. How come I don't have a donate button? I don't know, I just don't. I don't know how to like do anything with PayPal beyond my I just have my credit card hooked up to it, and then I don't touch my PayPal account. Like even my like my book sales, they just go straight to my like direct deposit. I don't even, because I don't know about that stuff. I mean, I'm sure it's fine because lots of people use it like that, but red key, huh? And it's not like I'm particularly hurting for money, honestly. Oh no. Oh my god. Alright, I mean, that's one way to surprise your audience. I would donate 17 cents. And then 2/3 of that would be taken by a PayPal. I don't know. I've donated to people's PayPals before, and it's, you know, they take a chunk of it. You use Streamlabs, which doesn't take any money. Oh. I'm still like relatively speaking new to the streaming thing. And it's not like I'm doing it professionally or anything, or I have any hopes. I mean, not that there's anything wrong with the people who do that. I mean, before I used to be like kind of like a crappy YouTuber. I was like, oh yeah, this is what I want to do. I want to make silly YouTube videos about movies and video games, and you know, not to say that I didn't see at least a little bit of success from that. I mean, back when YouTube allowed basically anyone, it's weird because like the partner program used to be exclusive, and then it was kind of open to anybody, and now it's exclusive again. But during that period, it was like open to everybody, and I was making YouTube videos, you know, it basically bought my computer for me is what it did, at least most of it. But that I mean, that's it. Like people from YouTube, like they don't really make that much money unless like you're literally getting consistently hundreds of thousands of views. And I had like a couple videos that were like 100,000 views or so, and it was like yeah, the ad revenue eventually kind of counted up to me getting enough money to buy a computer, but I mean, it was just the computer. I had to buy the graphics card separately, and that costs money. Bandcamp, if you have it set as pay as you want, if someone pays less than 15 cents, you don't get that money. Bandcamp just takes it. Doesn't surprise me. Oh, I have the... Oh, I thought I had the red key. The red key's there. Nope. 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 You don't see me. Huh? I knew he was resurrecting guys, but I was just like, who and where? YouTube is honestly absolute garbage and shows the major flaws with companies having a monopoly. Yeah, if you try to have a YouTube competitor, like you're pretty much doomed, because that's the standard is YouTube. I mean, like, people found ways to, what am I looking for? Circumvent the way that YouTube handles its partner program with, you know, Patreon. But even Patreon, it grew from like being a small thing to being like a large thing. And now people are having those same problems with Patreon. Having to stop because I think I'm gonna sneeze. And then my nose starts running and I forget that there's an arch file here. Stream sniping. Hey, at least there's only one there, you know, not the 3 from that other map. The only way to defeat YouTube would be literally pump tens of millions into advertising and attracting people to a news site. Yeah, basically. At that point, when you have that kind of money, you're gonna end up having those same problems. When you have that kind of money running an operation like that, because then you're still gonna be like centralizing power and then profits are of course gonna be your main concern. That's because that's how websites work. It's not, you know, YouTube doesn't exist because, okay, so this one you don't have to press a switch for. You know these, oh my God. Are you joking? Yeah, it's like services and sites exist not because there's, not because people want to use them, but because it's like, well, what's profitable? Oh, then they put this guy behind me. Like, is there any health lying around? I'm not sure where this music is from. I think that's like one thing that a lot of people just tend to forget is like, companies and websites, they're not there to be your friends. They're not there to actually provide a service to you that you want. I mean, you have people who are like developers and stuff that may be like that, but the people who are actually in charge, like, they don't care. They just want to invest and they want to get money out of a platform, and then once they can't get enough money out of it, they leave. Press that already. Brands are not your friends. H bomber guy. Yep. Are these all custom maps? Yeah, for this, it's a new stream series I'm doing, kind of, where I'm just gonna play a handful of hopefully short custom maps. I don't know. I'm still trying to get with it, because like sometimes I've played like larger, like megawads as they call them. Made it out of there. But I'm trying to focus this series on just playing like shorter ones. Hopefully ones that don't require like a lot of puzzle solving brain power. Or a lot of time investment, because my ADHD is really bad with that. And my body just realized, hey, you know, it's 5:15-ish. You haven't eaten anything all day. You're hungry. But I'm not gonna end the stream now or anything. Probably be going for at least one more hour. Hopefully, at least finishing this map set. Hopefully finding some more health too, Jesus. All right. It was kind of refreshing because like when I closed down my old YouTube channel, it was like, oh, okay, wow, I don't have the stress of having like my embarrassing 18-year-old self on the internet anymore. I mean, like, of course, there's still remnants of my embarrassing 18-year-old self on the internet elsewhere, but like I got rid of my old YouTube channel. Come on. Wow, good. I didn't take damage from that. Took damage from those guys, though. Yeah, I restarted my YouTube channel. I restarted I redid my Facebook, and my Twitter. Because I'm like, I was, kind of a annoying teenager, and I don't need that. Especially if it's like, oh, well, what are my future employers gonna do? They're gonna Google me. What are they gonna find, Especially now that I'm using, like, my actual name on Twitter. Because I'm not gonna use, like a username pseudonym on Twitter in conjunction with the fact that I also have stuff to sell. Health? Do I get health? Or is this like no health? No health for me. Who the hell was an annoying teenager? Yeah. I mean, yeah, but like, if you're getting hired or anything, it's like, are companies really gonna care about that? Are they gonna be looking at your birth date and being like, oh, well, he was born in 94, and so in 2012 he was 18, so it's acceptable that he was, well, not acceptable, but it's understandable that he was being rude on the internet. A lot of cringy movie reviews I did, that I was basically trying to, what people do when they're doing that. It's like, hey, I like watching Nostalgia Critic and AVGN. I want to make videos like that. And maybe not actually criticize things properly and just like kind of like yell at them. And it's, maybe it's kind of funny, but at this point, it's like, that's like hardcore cringe. Okay. Okay. Is this the end? Yeah, okay. Werewolf Moon. Name of that map. That was only the first of 7, right? Entering Blood Runner. Harrison Ford in here? Yeah, I don't like the fact that they put in a custom pistol sound and then they added a shell casing noise to the shotgun, and then they swapped the sounds so that the pistol and the chain gun, because the chain gun uses the same noise as the pistol. R30s. Yeah, like when people are making like custom levels, like they never change the par value. Because those existed in like classic Doom, and they're like embedded into the maps, and you can change it, but like they were based around how fast it took the developers to run from one end of the map to the other as quickly as they could. Okay, I guess that's a switch. Is that a game? Is that from that texture? They really like these chain gunners in the Arch files, don't they? It's weird because the chain gunners, their weapons, when they fire, make the shotgun sound, just like a million times. But when you have the chain gun, it uses the pistol sound. So that's why they're making like the pistol sound in this. But this map is like messing things up because of the way that they swap the sounds on those. So it's the other way around. I haven't been up here? It's just because I haven't saved. Oh. That's why I had to press. Oh, there's a... That's how you get the... Silly me. Not that that really matters too much, but... Where was the archvile in that room? Me all the way from over there. Oh, I didn't press the button. Map has pretty decent architecture. Yeah, I like just the overall look of them, but I don't know. Please, Mr. Archvile, wherever you are. Percy. Am I out? I'm out. Oh no. Did I press the button on this one? There we go. Yeah, I have no idea where this archvile is. I hear his noises, but... Gotta get these chain gunners, but I don't have, what do you call it? Yeah, just shoot at the wall. Great idea. I don't think he's resurrecting the chain gunner, is he? Like, I know there's another one there, but it seemed a little too fast, so maybe there's others in there? I didn't see the animation, so... Yeah, there's just more of them. That's the deal, I guess. Oh, so this doesn't even lead into there. Okay, so never mind. Health, Jesus. Immediately lose it. Oh, okay. Wait. I don't know. Used to know how to curse in French, but forgot all the swears. Well, like, aren't a lot of French swears like they're heavily like Catholicism related? Yeah, tabernacle, like tabernacle. Very, very Christian. It's not a lot like how English, like there still is some, but like English is predominantly like not. Well, I guess there were a lot of like religious oriented dirty words in English that just like kind of like stopped being really that offensive, like hell and damn and stuff like that. But a lot of it that's offensive in English is like has to do with like bodily functions, so sex and pooping. There he is. Yeah, keep. Oh, come on, get him for me. Oh no. Okay, that was good. But there's another one? I hear another one. I don't know, we in Canada having like a cursory like Anglophone Canada, you tend to get a cursory knowledge of French, but it's like very few people are like actually properly bilingual. But it's kind of weird because like in North America, people tend to think of like, oh wow, you're bilingual, you know, you mean more than, you can speak more than one language, you know, that's kind of like a high level talent. But like if you live in like Europe or in Asia, like you tend to like well, maybe not fluently like speak it like the way your native language is, but you tend to at least understand it a lot more, like a lot more languages. Well, the guys I worked with before, he spoke 7 languages, and it was just stuff that he picked up, and he understood them to like varying degrees. Like some of them he spoke very fluently, and others were like, I guess, closer to the way that a lot of people here understand French. So it's like you can probably read it at like an elementary school level French, or you know the languages that he spoke, but not you probably couldn't read a book in it because there are lots of words you didn't know, but you understood the basic mechanics of the language and what people were saying, provided you knew the right words. You know, mechanically, French makes like a lot of sense. Like there's some stuff that is kind of like annoying and confusing about it. Like there's like most of the verbs function like the same, you know, the provided, you know, you look at the ending of the verb, you know, whether it be like er, re, or ir. But then there's other ones like être, which is, it's different, and there's exceptions, but it's all like it's not too difficult to understand if you like really get down to it. Obviously, if you don't make it like a high priority to learn the language, it's, you know, it's probably gonna get lost on you, like it has mostly for me. But it's you know, there's rules to it, and the rules are pretty solid, and the exceptions are a lot fewer. Whereas English it's much more of a pastiche language. So you have, what is with all these chain gutters? Jeez, stop, please. Archvile in there resurrecting 2 of them. So like, and it has entirely basically to do with British, and prior to that Anglo-Saxon, and prior to that Proto-Germanic conquest. and how they English absorbed, I mean, some could say stole different parts of different languages. So, like, if you look at like languages like German, there's parts of it that are very, very similar to English, in the mechanics of how sentences are constructed, in the words themselves. But there's lots of places where it's not the same. There's lots of well, not French. Like, there's lots of French. There's lots of Spanish in it as well. But it's more of just like Latin, like the root language. What am I gonna do here? There was an interesting documentary I watched on the like the history of the English language. You can probably find it on YouTube if you just search for it. And it's really fascinating to see the way that it changed. Especially because like Old English is like, it's completely alien, basically. There's so very few similarities that it's so different. Obviously, so the quintessential text of that is Beowulf. And there's still few words, or at least like a few sounds, like if they're not like necessarily enunciated the same because of the factors like the great vowel shift and stuff. They're at least, their function is similar, and you can see how they changed. But it's different. So as such, like, English must be like a really like annoying language to learn as a second language, because of like how many exceptions there are, and how many words that like synonyms there are. I don't think there's really any such thing as a true synonym, because like different words that mean the same thing have different connotations. But the reason why we have so many of those is because it's like we took them from, let me get that, please. We took them from bad save. Don't save there. I got rockets, no rocket launcher. I could have gotten in that other level, but I didn't know how to lower it. It's just mostly Latin and Romance languages, Greek, Nordic, and Germanic, yeah. Played video games and watched TV to learn English. That's like immersion in it. That's kind of the because we have in Canada, or at least in my province, like I don't know how it works in other provinces, because that's just how it's dictated that education is managed generally provincially, and then municipally, and then by district. But they might have other standards in other provinces. But oh, there we go. Here we have French immersion schools, where it's like the kids go and they learn French, but it's like everything is in French. They're only allowed to talk in French. The teachers only speak in French. Their course materials all delivered in French, and if they don't understand it, is like the stuff that they end up picking up eventually. Okay, so just get the archviles here first. Please. Auto aim. If you don't kill the archvile, he can just bring back the revenant. Please. Okay, good. But outside of French immersion schools, like there's mandatory French courses that you take, and they're mandatory up until at least in the schools I went to, they're mandatory up until 10th grade, I think. And then after that, they're like for 11th and 12th grade, they're elective. And I dropped out of French courses because I didn't like the way my French teacher in my second high school taught it, so I dropped out of them. I did not like her teaching style at all. I'm sure she's fine as a person. I just didn't like her teaching style. Okay, so here's the big question: is how do I get the red key? Oh, here's a blue door. Didn't even go here. Go to a 100% French if that's what you're talking about. Yeah, we call them French immersion schools. Actually, my middle school got changed into one. So mine was English language, standard English language with French courses, and then a couple years ago it got changed to the French immersion school. I guess that has to do with like demographics changing, because before it was the French immersion middle school in my school district was a different one. Coincidentally, actually the middle school that my dad went to got changed to a French immersion school, but I guess because the demographics changed and you know the parents who wanted their kids in French immersion were located in a different area, then they reassigned the French immersion school to being the middle school that I went to. What was I doing? A lot of bad French teachers. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of just bad teachers in general. I've had some. Although I feel like there's a tendency to just blame it on the teacher, like when you're a kid, when it's like you don't like the course, don't want to learn. Like I could easily just blame my gym teachers for being bad, and I mean, to a certain extent. But they're really just doing, it's more of what the actual course is that's the problem, I think. And the way the course is, way that they're instructed how to teach the course. Like I have like really bad asthma. And that was something that none of my gym teachers ever understood. It's like I physically cannot run for as long as most healthy people can. I'm not saying I'm not healthy, it's just, most, I don't even want to really consider it as a disability necessarily, but it's something that I've had to deal with my whole life. I had a collapsed lung as a toddler, or I guess, yeah, I guess it would have been then. And ever since then, I've had, as far as the doctors have told me, as far as the tests have shown me, a 50% lung capacity of like an average human. I say right as I was clearing my throat. I wasn't coughing. Got shin splints 1 year for so much running. The teacher thought I was being lazy, so he made me run even more. Yep, that's pretty much what I dealt with. Was like, oh well, we have lots of other kids who have asthma. It's like, yeah, I'm sure they were diagnosed with asthma, or they've told you they have asthma. And they're able to run this perfectly fine. It's like, I don't think they quite understand, and it's hard for me to understand. Like, when I learned that normal people, when they run short distances, their lungs don't seize up. And it's like a lot of people seem to think that asthma is like, it's a matter of phlegm, and sometimes it is. But it's mostly, it's like the actual swelling of like the bronchioles. So it's like you can't actually force the air in. Of course, that's exacerbated by colds and by phlegm. just made a really gross noise when inhaling there. So, you know, it can be agitated by allergies and stuff, but it's not, how do I get this damn red key? You need the red door to open the door to the red key, or what is happening? Okay, oh, okay. So it's like this way, go through here. I've been talking too much that I gotta like lower that. Oh, that's what that does. I don't like this. So it was kind of like just amazing to learn, you know, oh, people can run like, you know, whatever is like the 12-minute run, and then afterwards they're, you know, they're like, you know, wow, you know, I'm tired, like my muscles are exhausted, but they can still breathe. Why do you hear a heartbeat? Low health? I don't know why you hear a heartbeat. Oh, I just realized, like, my headphones weren't in totally. I guess there is like part of the music. It's nuts. But yeah, like normal people, like their lungs don't burn, and they don't like swell shut, so that you're like actually like keeling over, gasping for air like you're dying. It's oh, there it is. And I had a collapsed lung again later in life. It was I guess it was like 3 years ago that I got hospitalized for, and like even I guess maybe because like the other ways that other people and, you know, like gym teachers never took my asthma seriously, it kind of like imprinted on me to never take it seriously either, or not take it as seriously as I probably should be. And they had like a stern talking to me. They said like because what happened was, like, I had like a bad asthma attack and I went to the hospital like I sometimes do. It used to be basically a yearly thing, but it hasn't happened in the last year or so, last couple of years rather. And I went, and they, you know, they hooked me up to a ventilator and stuff, and afterwards I was like, okay, I'm feeling better now. I think I'm okay to go home. And that's how it's been some other times when I've gone to the hospital. But I went home, and I started feeling worse, and then like I couldn't breathe. Like it was painful. Not painful, but like physically impossible for me to get a proper breath of air in. It was coming in like the best way I can describe it is like breathing through a straw. Like imagine if you're only able to suck that much air in. Excuse me. Talking so much that my throat's getting really dry. You heard that? Excuse me, hold on. Talking about asthma and coughing. Yes, there's a difference between clearing your throat and coughing. Oh no, now I'm down here again. Crap. So what was happening was, like, I was getting very, very dizzy, and my cognition was very low, and all I could feel was panic and disorientation because my brain was not getting enough air. It's like if you have ever like I don't know why you do, kids do silly things like that. You put blankets over your head. Maybe playing your Game Boy under your blankets to avoid your mom telling you to not play video games after bedtime or something like that. It's like, imagine doing that for like hours, and the air gets like more than stale. It's like that even when you're breathing in, like it's making you kind of dizzy. Like imagine that, but also coupled with the fact that you're breathing in like a tiny, I don't know if you could hear that with my noise gate, but like such a tiny amount. And they told me, like, if you had like it's a good thing you came back. And it took me a while to took me a while to be convinced to go back, because I thought it would just die down. They said if you had not come back, you would have died. And they just told me that like point blank. And that was sort of like, oh shit, you know, maybe I should take this more seriously. I've had it where after I do cardio, I have a hard time breathing, like my chest gets swollen a bit and I get dry coughs. Yeah, you might have asthma or a similar lung disorder. And like people have it to varying degrees. Some people have it very mildly, some people have it very severely. I'm somewhere in between towards more of the severe side of things. Like yes, it has being out of shape has something to do with it, but it's hard to get in shape and it's hard to exercise when even the briefest periods of exercise leave you like gasping for air. That staircase almost looks too high to climb. Alright, there we go. Blood runner, done. And because my, you know, it is a, when I was a kid, it was very important. It's like now it's something that it's my responsibility to manage my breathing, my asthma, asthma. It's such a silly word. Like, do you pronounce the th or not? Is it asthma or asthma? It's silly. But it was like largely my parents' responsibility when I was a kid, right? So like it was annoying. I always had to go in for breathing tests. They were always switching me on and off different medications to see what could control it, and nothing had ever really helped. Like it helped, you know, better than what it would be, but like I get frustrated because it always felt like when I was going there and doing the breathing test, is like I was doing something wrong. It's like, no, I've been taking my medication the exact way that you prescribed it. But for one reason or another, either the medication is not working, or it's like, this is like actually the best it's going to get. It's like they keep on trying to get me up to that 100% lung capacity, and it's my fault for not getting there. It's what I always felt. It was so frustrating. I'm trying to think how many different medications I've been on it. Like I'm on two right now. Inhalers. Everyone makes fun of like the little blue inhaler, you know, in media. It's like, yo, oh look, this nerdy kid, he's got the blue inhaler. You know, I think the kids with asthma end up being the nerdy kids because like they can't do physical activities. So what are they gonna do for their social group? You know, they're gonna hang out with people who are doing activities that are not like that. So they don't tend to get into sports. And tend to develop a resentment towards sports. But when I was a kid, like I've been on like it's the blue puffer. Here's my asthma education thing, and I should really be saving this for another stream because oh, that's another topic. I should actually go about that later. Is this is like a modified zoom texture, red screens instead. This music's really creepy. But here's the asthma indication. I was on a purple inhaler once. It's a bronchodilator, corticosteroid. Got the flu from, which gave you horrible bronchitis. Yeah, they do prescribe those things. Yeah, for people who have like lung infections too, because like it'll work for anyone. It's not, you know, as long as you know you have something that's like blocking in your lungs. This is a switch. Okay. I've known people who, you know, they don't have asthma either, or you know, COPD, and they've used inhalers before in their life, and they're, you know, prescribed it for a short period of time. Purple inhaler though, what? I'm familiar with like a good amount of the medications, but Seretide? Doing one inhaler? Because like you can use the inhalers, or there's also what they call the discus. Seretide inhaler is fluticasone and salmeterol. So like fluticasone is it's Flovent is the name it goes under, which I have right next to me. This is the controller medication I use. And I switched on to Flovent, which I was on for when they got me on before they got me on the purple one. It was so bad that just walking down the street I'd run out of breath, and my breathing got so shallow it was insane. Yeah, I can certainly empathize with that. That's like, it's kind of like that whenever I get sick. Like actually properly sick. Like sometimes it just sounds like I'm sick, but I have allergies and my nose gets stuffed up, so you know, my family worries. It's like, oh my god, are you getting sick? You know, you have to double up on your medication now and all that stuff. So yeah, there's typically two different medications, or I guess three, but there's two main ones. It's the bronchodilator and the controller medication. So you have the typical one is you have Ventolin, which is the blue inhaler. That's the brand name it goes under. It's salbutamol, and that's the stereotypical like blue inhaler you see them, you know, the kids in the media, in cartoons and stuff always using. That's what they call a rescue inhaler. So, you know, if you have an asthma attack, that's the one you use. And then the controller medication you usually take like at night, or when you wake up. It's like that one's on a schedule. And then there's, yeah, like there's that one, which is a combination one. There's several combination ones. I have another one. I just have, my room is littered with so many different inhalers, and well, it's not just, you know, the aerosol inhalers, like the compressed air ones. There's powder inhalers as well. They come in like disc form or like little like cartridges. And those are really gross. I've used those before. They can also come in pill form, like Advair comes in pill form, I believe. But that one, like, I think it has like a blood thinning element to it. You know, side effect. Side effect. That's what I mean, not element. It has a blood thinning feature. I could be wrong about that, but when I was on it, I got constant nosebleeds, and they wouldn't stop. So. But my doctor, and I've been to, okay, here's what happened was I had to go to, after my hospitalization was for the next year or so, I had to have semi-regular visits like every six months to, like for the next couple of years, I had to go to an actual, what do you call it, respirologist. That's the word. And he prescribed me, and I'm guessing it's because he had some sort of kickback on hawking this particular brand. He put me on this outrageously expensive controller medication, and when I used it, I saw like zero difference between what I was. Where am I going? I have the blue key now. Between what I was experiencing before and what I was experiencing after. So then I talked to my doctor, my old doctor, and he put me on a slightly less expensive medication, but was still expensive. And I'm talking like $300, like $200 to $300 a month. Because there were only like 30 dose things. I have, what was it called? The one that he put me on was called Brio, which is similar, derived from similar compounds to the Flovent. But like I asked him, can I try the Flovent again? I haven't been on that in a few years. He put me on that, and that one is like, it's like maybe about $100, but is this the only thing that opens them? Yeah, that one's maybe like $100, but it's for like 200 doses rather than the 30 that the Brio is. But yeah, it's sometimes like there, you know, there's people who like, they understand it, but then there's a lot of people who don't. You open the other door. It's just supposed to be here. What does that do? I don't know what that does. Are you hearing this like in the background? It's like the... Oh, I thought I heard something like that percussion instrument. I don't even know what it's called that makes the hoot hoot sound. I thought I heard that in the background. No, seriously. So are all these doors only open by the... Oh, I didn't even see this. They should have lit that a little bit better, or put the inner lights blue. Okay. $300 for 30 doses. $10 a dose, man. Rip off. Yeah. I think like some of the people who have like other like disabilities and stuff, and the outrageous amount of money that they have to spend just to like live like a normal person, you know. That's sort of my lens into that angle of things. I mean, of course, like, I want to say of course, because there are some people with asthma who would consider that to be a physical disability. I don't really. Not for myself, I mean. I don't want to judge that for other people, but it's definitely a hindrance, at least. But like, one of the characters in the book that I'm writing right now is physically disabled. He has congenital amputation, so he was born without his lower legs. And I did like a lot of research into the way that where am I going? Oh, that's such a narrow space. How would I even know that? And so, you know, I doing a lot of research, and just to live like everyone else who isn't disabled. It's like, you know how much money that they have to spend on like prosthetics and other things like wheelchairs. Like, those things are outrageously expensive. And then you start to wonder, you know, like, or rather, it's no wonder why so many disabled people are also on social assistance. It's because like it actually like bankrupts them. That's the word I'm looking for. Big Pharma is honestly garbage, and I can say as someone who works for Big Pharma. Yeah. Supposedly there's a law that if there's a less expensive generic version of drugs, doctors have to prescribe the cheap brand. I don't know about that, at least in Manitoba. I don't know about that. I guess the difference is that sometimes drugs is like like it's like slightly different, so they're the so-called cheaper alternative maybe isn't actually like technically an alternative because it's slightly different. Very quiet. Oh shoot! I hit the mute on my microphone. I'm sorry. That's the problem. Like that time I actually accidentally tapped it. I did not mean to hit it. Okay, so archvile. Thanks for letting me know. I didn't notice, but like my microphone does, like, it flashes a light when it's muted, but I didn't see it until you guys mentioned it. Thank you. Now I'm trying to remember what I like if not that necessarily it's 100% important, but what I said about regarding the health insurance thing was even did that even get heard? In case it didn't, it's like I don't honestly know the specifics of how the health insurance works here. Like, obviously we do have universal health care to an extent. Much more than it is in the United States anyway. Like, doctor's visits are free. But they're like with medication, like it's like households get like a certain amount that they can spend. And then after that, it's like you got to pay out of your pocket for it. So prescriptions aren't like totally covered. But it's not covered by like the government. It is covered by like insurance. But yeah, you're never going to end up with a hospital bill. You don't have to pay to give birth. Well, I mean, there's processes involved with having a baby that you're going to have to pay for. But like if you go to the hospital and you're pregnant and you have a kid, you're not going to get a hospital bill for like $30,000 or where the hell it is. You do have to pay for ambulances, yes. that's one of the ways they kind of balance out the healthcare costs, because that money goes, you know, obviously, I don't know exactly where it goes, but the idea is that it goes to filling out the budget for healthcare in general. Dental is not covered either. I'm not sure if there's really any places in the world where it is. But yeah, dental, it's like you pay for that out of your pocket. Which is kind of made me wary about that. Like, I haven't been to the dentist in about 1.5 years. I know I have some small cavities, and I should probably make an appointment. But I haven't actually had a cavity before in my life, so that's the weird thing. Is like, I don't know what cavities feel like. I'm judging by what I can actually see when I look in the mirror, but they're not. I don't know what they feel like. Like, I don't have any pain directly in my teeth. I thought like maybe it was like an abscess or something that was causing my headaches, but it's not that, because I get no pain when I bite. And the pain does not come from my teeth. Like, I have headaches, and they come from the lowest down they get is like the base of my skull and sort of around my cheekbones. But that's just probably has something to do with nerves. Dentists are expensive and unpleasant. I hate going to the dentist. It's not just like, oh well, you know, it's money, because obviously, like, my parents have been the ones to pay for it. But it's like, I hate the experience of going to the dentist. It's just, oh, I shoot it. Of course I do. Of course I shoot it. Why wouldn't I shoot it? I don't really like shootable switches, if I'm honest. Oops. I think they're a little bit weird. Not as intuitive. It's like, I don't think there's a single level in Classic Doom that uses... I'm just gonna reload. That uses shootable switches. But it's something you can do in Doom Builder, so... my problem with dentists is that it's like... It's a sensory problem. Like, if they're gonna sit there and they're gonna like look at my teeth and pick, like, it's fine, I can tolerate it, but it's the polishing part that's, you know, part of a standard checkup that I hate. I hate that. I hate the feeling of like the gritty dental polish getting between my teeth. I hate the fact that it vibrates like the roof of your mouth, and it makes the inside of my nose itch. I hate when like the saliva builds up in your mouth and then like you can't swallow, because like you can't really swallow when your mouth is wide open and dentists have their hands in your mouth. You can hardly like move anything down with your tongue. It's like literally a sensory nightmare. I hate it. If you're poor or a student, you're over 60, it's free. Oh, it's like partially covered in the UK. Heavily subsidized if you need an operation. Yeah, here from as far as I understand it, I've never had to have like major dental work. I had my wisdom teeth pulled, and yeah, that was actual money that my parents had to spend for that. But I haven't had to undergo any sort of like surgeries outside of that. Not dental ones. But something that you gotta pay for out of pocket. It's like, I know that like fillings cost like money. All I do is stab you with a piece of metal and tell you you're bleeding because you don't floss. Yeah, no, really. That's what it feels like. You summed it up exactly. Yeah, don't like, dentists trying to talk to you when they have their hands in your mouth. It's like the worst. Even though it's not really the dentist. The dentist, you know, the doctor that comes in, at the end of the checkup just to glance over your x-rays or whatever. Like, that's not the dentist, right? It's the dental technician. Yeah, it's like there's stuff I don't mind. I don't really mind them poking or scraping my teeth. I don't mind getting a fluoride treatment. But God, I hate the polishing part. I was put out for my wisdom tooth removal, and that was like the worst and most painful experience in my memory afterwards. Just the next like 3 days were like absolute hell. And then, you know, something that just happens, it can happen like through suction in your mouth, or it can just happen is what they call dry socket, which is when the blood clot that's in the tooth holes, I guess, you know, when it's trying to heal, when that gets sucked out, and so like the white blood cells are going there trying to, how do you get up? The white blood cells are in there trying to heal, but they can't because there's nothing there to protect them. How am I supposed to see that? Just put a lift or something. Jeez. And so that ended up happening to me, and then you have to go to back to the surgeon, and then wait, and then they stick a surgical dressing in there that dissolves, but it's also like, it tastes like cloves, and I don't like the taste of cloves. So, it was gross. I'm gonna forever associate that. I never really liked the taste of cloves to begin with, but I'm going to associate that taste with that for probably the rest of my life. I do have the yellow key now. Yellow key. What? Just make the doors clickable. I don't like this. Don't make it so you have to like duck in and out of the rooms to open the doors. Okay, instantaneous again. All right. Okay, probably bad save. But yeah, it's like, I'm glad I was put out for the tooth removal, because it was all 4 of them taken out. Ugh. And oh god, I hated the feeling of the anesthesia. I hated it. But I would have much rather had that than be awake and just numbed during the surgery, because like that would be like actual torture. Oh my god, don't click. Oh, great. Never want to have teeth removed. Well, I hope you don't have to. Who's shooting me? Oh, chain gunner up there. It sucks. So that's why I'm like so worried about any other like dental surgery, dental work. But I know the longer that I don't go to the dentist is gonna be worse. I don't like this room. I don't like this room one bit. They don't provide you with a whole lot of health in this map either. Only eat soup and popsicles for a week. Yeah, that's what they tell you. I was able to eat like softer foods like rice. I probably didn't get too much probably didn't get too much nutritional value. That's the word I'm looking for. Out of it though, because it's like a lot of it I just kind of had to swallow without actually chewing it. 60 pounds to have a tooth removed. I don't know the exchange rate, but I'm guessing a lot cheaper than what it was for me. I don't remember the exact cost it was for me, but it was like quite a bit. 48 health. I had this thing too, it's like with blood, I hate real life blood. I hate seeing it in real life. It makes me sick. It causes like an involuntary reaction with my brain, which puts me into a state of shock. It's not like I'm scared of it or anything. It's like it's like a physically uncontrollable thing. And there's only a few things that set it off. It's like video game blood does not set it off. Like this is like whatever, right? It's like pixels. Blood in movies generally doesn't set it off, especially if it's like really campy looking. But sometimes in movies it does, like arterial spray, like matching up with a heartbeat, like ugh, like if I dwell on that, then it just, I don't know, it fucks with my brain. And sometimes like graphic descriptions of like blood and gore sometimes do that to me. And I don't know why, even if they're like not super graphic. Like there's a segment in my first book where it gets pretty graphic at the end, involving a whole lot of blood and stuff. And I was like, yeah, I want to make this gross, but at the same time during writing that I was like, ugh. Squeamishness looking at your own blood. I even get squeamish looking at my own blood. It's weird. Well, I mean, it depends. If it's only a little bit, then that's fine. But if it's a whole lot, I'm just like I can't deal with it. But it's weird because when I was in 10th grade English class, they were reading something out that had a pretty graphic description. Like, oh crap. A pretty graphic, gory description in it. I don't even remember what it was. And my vision totally clouded over. All of my limbs, my fingers, my arms, and my legs went like cold and numb. And like I couldn't see except for like a bunch of swimming colors, and it's like I had to raise my hand and say, "Excuse me, I can't see. Can I please go see the school nurse?" Which of course was not really a thing we had, but you know, the nurse's office was a thing. It's funny because like during that time, when that happened, I was actually grounded by my parents, and so my mom had to pick me up from school. She kind of was like, okay, I know you're not faking just to go home because you're not allowed to do anything anyway. The physiological response, your body screaming, that should not be like that. That's wrong. Yeah, it doesn't know what to do. Yeah, that's completely uncontrollable. And in some people, like, they're fine with it. But other people, I guess, like, the way their brains are wired is just differently, and causes stuff like that to happen. Oh, jeez. Okay, so I know that there's chain guns on the ground there. I really hate this. You have to press a switch, and then it prevents me from, like, quickly getting through this. Exhausted but cannot sleep. Yay. Well, it must be just past midnight there, right? No. Do not. Yeah, that's... Oh, boy. Oh, yeah, you, 00515. We don't do that 24-hour clock thing here, so that's... It takes me a moment. I'm like, oh, okay, yeah. Sleepy time. Are you leaving now? Come on. Quarter after midnight, yeah. 24-hour clock. What is that used for here? It's used for bus schedules and the armed forces. Yeah, have a good night. Thank you for dropping by and sticking around for so long. Oops. God, what? I'm not gonna get to zone 300 today. God, come on. I have to head back here and hit the freaking switch so I can kill these guys from a distance. Then have a tiny window where you're able to hit them. Really, this is kind of silly. Don't, like, this is so tedious. Here for a while, yeah, I literally cannot sleep. Well, maybe my stream can be boring enough to put you to sleep. If you keep doing this, it will be. There's a problem with, like, when you get used to listening to something to go to sleep, it's hard to stay awake and actually watch it, like, other times. There's certain streamers that I always used to watch before I went to bed. And now if I try to watch their stuff during the afternoon, I get so tired hearing their voice. Music is a tad repetitive. It is. Oh my god, come on. I'm gonna save now. Carly Rae Jepsen. I don't know Carly Rae. Everyone talked about Carly Rae Jepsen, or at least they did. I don't know a single song by Carly Rae Jepsen. Okay, yeah, that's probably a lie. I probably do. I just don't associate like the artist name. Like there's so many what do you call it? So many songs that you're gonna constantly hear on the radio and stuff, but like you probably can't put a name to, and probably don't care enough to. Call Me Maybe in the is the go-to one. Okay. Start falling asleep with Game Grumps compilations on in the background. No, I can't go to sleep without some sort of background chatter. For me, it's a little different because it was like I would watch the stuff and then I would get tired, then I would turn it off, and then I would go to sleep because I can't leave like a TV or anything on like while I'm actually sleeping. I don't know, it just keeps me up. But even though I'm still tired, Call Me Baby is stuck in your head. I have not. Last time I probably heard that was whatever year it was popular. Whatever summer that was. Yeah, I don't say this like to be like, oh well, I don't listen to pop music. It's just like I don't. I hear what's on the radio and I hear what music they put in commercials, but I don't actually I don't go out of my way going like, oh well, you know, I don't listen to pop music because it's inferior. Really good at avoiding trendy stuff somehow. Like, yeah, I feel the same way because like with the music thing, but also with like TV shows too. I've avoided I've never seen a single episode of Game of Thrones. You know what, like that, like it ended or is ending, in the process of ending. Couldn't even tell you what the show's about, other than fantasy setting with dragons, and lots of political sabotage. 7 years ago. Oh, it's last season, yeah. You have like that's like a network television show, right? It's Game of Thrones it's kind of like Walking Dead in that sense, where it's like they start making an adaptation of a particular book, or you know, I guess comic book in Walking Dead's case, and then while that story is still going, and then they diverge and go off on their own path, and they have like no end in sight when they're making it sometimes. Like, I don't like Walking Dead. Walking Dead is not going to end. Walking Dead is going to get canceled is what's going to happen. They're never going to like actually finish the show. Walking Dead is another one that like I saw about the first 2 or 3 episodes of it, and after that I was like, I don't doesn't really interest me. So I just never continued with it. Has that guy from at least early on, I know he dies, but that guy from Slither and Guardians of the Galaxy, Michael Rooker, he was in it in like season 1. Game of Thrones has an ensemble cast where everyone is a major character. There are 5 plot lines running at the exact same time on opposite sides of the world. They intertwine, converge at the end. I mean, like that's a pretty big undertaking for a television show that doesn't for sure have a what do you call it? Like, they don't know for sure that it's going to stay on the air long enough, you know, it's to complete the storyline. I mean, obviously, it ended up proving to be super popular. I mean, as I understand it, the book series was fairly popular. Book series still isn't finished. But, there really no other, like, ammo anywhere? I was aware of the book series. Like, I didn't know the book series, but I was aware of A Song of Ice and Fire as being very popular fantasy books. I'd never read any of them. I didn't think I really cared to. So when I heard that they're making an adaptation of it, I was like, hey, you know, like, I recognize the name. That's cool. And I did not expect, like, hey, global phenomenon, Game of Thrones. But it's almost like the hype makes me not want to watch it, kind of thing. Because, like, everyone's always talking about it all the time, and I'm just like, when you're constantly, like, inundated with that, where am I going? There's still a chain gun on that side. Well, a couple of them, actually. Yeah, when you're constantly inundated with the media from that particular show all the time, then it's like, it's kind of like you get really tired by hearing about it, so you never really want to go out and watch it. Oh, come on. Are the first 4 books? Never read past the first 50 pages. Oh, you got the first 4 books and never read past the first 50 pages of the first book. There's lots of books that I have that I haven't read, or I started reading and never finished. Something super hyped up, you learn to avoid it, and when you actually watch it, it doesn't feel like you're seeing it because you wanted to. Yeah. It's a little different if it's something that, like, you'd heard a little bit of the hype about, and you're like, wow, I'm gonna check this out now. Like, the time for me to check out Game of Thrones was when it had just started and people were starting to hype it up, as much as they did. But, you know, for whatever reason, I just never watched it. And if at that point, maybe I would have loved the series, but like now it's like, if I watch it, it's like, I know I'm gonna resent it at least a little bit because it's just everywhere. And I feel like probably like the Marvel Cinematic Universe is the same way. So if you didn't get started watching the Marvel Cinematic Universe with like Iron Man or Incredible Hulk or Thor, by the time you get to like now and like somebody who's trying to get into it, like they probably just, they don't want to hear about it. Not that I think that the Marvel Cinematic Universe is the greatest thing in the world. It's just like, I know that I would hate it if I hadn't started watching those movies as they came out. Vikings is a good alternative to Game of Thrones. See, okay, I don't know much about that, about Vikings or anything like that, but there's something that I have just against TV shows in general, and I think it happened a lot because like you know, as a kid watching TV and then shows get canceled, is that TV shows like, at least network TV shows, are not really focused on telling like a complete story most of the time. And if they are, they get canceled, and then the story can't really end. But a lot of them are aware of this cancellation thing, so they try to make like each like individual little stories, and they try to make the show carry on as long as possible. So they're not actually interested in telling a story; they're just interested in prolonging the show. I mean, that works for like episodic formats. Like if you're talking like Star Trek, or like most crime dramas. Twilight Zone, etc. You know, but like it's when those shows start to be like, okay, well we gotta do what a lot of these other shows are doing, where they do like a mini series, and we do like these story arcs, and like it just kind of feels like it's almost out of place. Yeah, you end up with like the Firefly scenario or Lost. Yeah, both of which I have never watched, but I'm well aware of the hype and subsequent ending of the shows. We've seen Thor, Avengers, Guardians, and Civil War. I've seen all of the Marvel Cinematic Universe movies, which I mean like a lot of people have. But when you think about it, it's like, how many movies? There's like 20 of them now, right? It's like, it's kind of ridiculous, and now I understand if it's like really hard to keep up with them, because before it was like one movie a year. Now it's like 2 or 3. Can I get out of this pit? Of course I can. They're just blocking the exit. Come on, please. Oh, I'm like, I have the soul sphere. Like, of course I have maximum health. What am I doing? Ah! Are you joking me? Okay, yeah. Need an entire week to catch up. The thing about the Marvel Cinematic Universe is like, most of the movies function on their own, but because they've been passed around from director to director, each director, like, they have their specific vision for the movie, and so and so like sometimes it's like individually focused. The first Ant-Man is a really good one for that. Even the sequel is pretty good for that. But then there's other movies like Iron Man 2, which are just so preoccupied with building the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Thor 2 is the same way. No interest in actually like making a movie. It's all about it's a very strange sound for the Pain Elemental. That's not their normal sound. More preoccupied with making a universe than actually telling a story. That's why I don't like either of those, really. I mean, like, they're fine, they're still entertaining, but it's not like you'd put them anywhere near the top of the list. I think Iron Man 2 and Thor 2 are probably the two weakest of the series. Yeah, they handle it pretty well with that. Most of the connection stuff is just references, but there is like Iron Man 2 is a really good example, because like the main plot is like almost boring, and in order for them to really get the main plot going, they basically had to ruin, well, not ruin, but renege on Tony Stark's whole character arc from the first movie. So it's like, the first movie is like billionaire arms dealer learns, gets a heart, right? And then like he's like a jackass again at the start of Iron Man 2, and we don't really get the transition there. Stop coming through the portal. Ugh. But then the movie's not really like it's not focused on his story. It's more focused on other stuff. Like they have Black Widow in that movie for like no reason. That's the first movie she appears in. And I totally forgot until last night when my friend mentioned it that Black Widow, that was her first movie appearance. I was like, what? Oh yeah, I guess so, you know. But she doesn't really have a real function in the movie other than to like just be there. The villain is like especially weak and annoying. Mickey Rourke as Whiplash, which is, but his character is like a combination. Like I don't know the comics, but it's like a composite character between Whiplash and Crimson Dynamo, which is one of Iron Man's like primary foes. A lot of people got mad at Iron Man 3 for changing the story of the Mandarin. I don't care about comic fidelity in the movies. It's like I'm just focused on like does the movie work? And I think the movie mostly works for the statement it was trying to make. But it is still like a little bit disappointing almost. Because the twist is that the villain, the Mandarin, isn't actually real. He was made up by the true villain of the movie as like a false flag. And he was actually like an entire operation that was run by this corporate doofus, whose entire MO was like to get back at Tony Stark for blowing him off in like the 90s, because he was like a fan, and then Tony Stark kind of like ignores him and blows him. It's you know how the opening of The Incredibles works? It's like that. You know, how Syndrome was created because Mr. Incredible, oh, don't you do this. Can I leave? I cannot leave. Why would you do that? But yeah, it's basically that plot. And I think that was also one of the major downfalls of what they call the DC Extended Universe. Was from the get-go they were like, we gotta build a universe. And so like, well, not really from the get-go. They had Man of Steel as a standalone movie, and then but Batman v Superman, there's no movie there. It's like entirely just universe building, and like lore is fine. Like that's like lore is great. Ah, my mistake. But like the whole movie is just like retconning like some of like the geography and stuff from the previous movies, so that Gotham and Metropolis are like, they're now like twin cities and not like in the same general geographic vicinity in the United States, but like you'd still have to drive or fly between them. There's still one more archvile, right? That's gonna spawn in. No? Okay. Oh, this opened up a switch on the other side. Okay. I mean, there's a multitude of problems with the DC Extended Universe too. I hated Man of Steel. I hated it so much. It's like the first third of a movie, and then like chopped up and rearranged in like an order that doesn't quite make sense, and then it's like the last, I don't know, like the last 20 minutes of a regular movie stretched out over an hour and a half. So it's like they have the setup, there's no middle act in Man of Steel. It just goes straight to like endless destruction. And it's like destruction on like this massive scale. So like I don't think it had anything to do with the fact that Superman was dark and gritty. It's like I don't think the Superman had a character, because they never gave him time to develop the character, because he went straight from like, you know, becoming Superman, and understanding his role, not developing as Superman, but immediately going to just punching and fighting. And then there was then at the end he kills Zod. Spoiler alert for a movie that came out 6 years ago, but he kills Zod. And he's like upset about it, but like we never establish in the movie that Superman doesn't want to kill people. Like that's one of his rules. And so it's like you just kind of assume, well, they're doing a dark and gritty Superman, so like maybe he does kill people. And then the following movie, Batman, you know, who is known at least recently, you know, Batman doesn't use guns, Batman does not shoot people to death. That's exactly what he does in Batman v Superman. So it's I don't know if it feels. Not like any of that is a problem, but it just kind of feels at odds with what the rest of the series was trying to do. There's like a really loud scream outside my window. Probably some kids playing. Look at this. They kind of faded the light here, so it just kind of blends. There's not like a solid outline. Is this back to the start, or where am I going? Are there just Revenant rockets? Like, I know you can like just spawn the projectiles themselves. That's probably what it is. So yeah, the browser froze, had to reload. Now the chat's gone. Yeah, when you reload, like the previous chat messages just they're deleted. Well, they're not deleted; they're just gone from your end. But yeah, like I was saying about like people like to make it like a competition between. Oh, these must be custom. These must be custom. Make a competition between DC and Marvel. I mean, like, lots of people do that, but, like, I think it's just, like, yeah, the Marvel movies have their problems, but I feel like they're, like, actually better put together films than, where am I going? Than, what do you call it? Than the DC movies were. Or are. I've heard they've gotten better. You know, I heard Shazam is a fun time. Left-hand path? Oh, are you kidding me? Oh no, this is an 8-4 thing, isn't it? It's you got to select the right path. Oh, come on. Yeah. Yeah. Did I see Aquaman? No. I forgot he even came out. Last one I saw was Wonder Woman. I thought Wonder Woman was actually pretty good. All things considered. Not great, but you know, I think as a movie it was fine. And if you're grading it on like the curve for which are you kidding me? What? Huh? Oh, just silent teleport me up here. It's just grading it on a curve for the rest of the DC movies that I did see, being Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, and Justice League. Oops. I think it was pretty good. Aquaman was literally Jason Momoa playing a total moron who becomes king of the ocean. Yeah. I hated Aquaman in, like, as a character in Justice League. I thought he was so annoying. It almost feels like they're going out of their way, because everyone always made, like, it was like the meme, Aquaman sucks. So it's like they went out of their way to make him as badass as they possibly could. Oh, come on. And he's just like this macho doofus now. They got Jason Momoa. Probably, I think it was meme casting. They were like, "Who's the manliest guy?" Like we want to make Aquaman like not like a chump. We want him to make him like a badass. Who's the most badass looking guy we could possibly cast? And like I think Jason Momoa. I think it's like meme casting. Oh my god! Please don't make me do platforming like this in Doom. Oh, does this do something? Oh, that's what opens the door. If I hadn't... Okay, good. It's not timed. Could you imagine if that was timed? Rock was too expensive with Momoa. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson is the highest paid actor in Hollywood right now. Which is really funny. You bring up Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, he was in the Doom movie. It is on a timer, ain't it? Please tell me I'll be able to open it now. No, no, no. Okay. Hate this. Great shot. Okay. I was just overthinking it. Oh, this reminds me of that one part in Doom 64 where it's just a whole bunch of like Mancubus fireballs. Some magazine published what he ate in one day. Dude consumes like 6,000 calories every day. 7 meals plus supplements. I mean, you know, when you make it your life's goal to get as ripped as you possibly can, that's, you know, I guess that's what happens. I've never really understood that culture, but that's just me. Now we're in the flesh zone now. Lord Jabu Jabu. Look at scrotum texture. Justice League is like, it's like a mess. Like, and I understand why it's a mess. It's because Zack Snyder's kid died, and so he had to drop out of the project. Joss Whedon ended up coming in to change and finish it. Even though Joss Whedon isn't credited, he's really the other director on it. And you can tell, like, at least visually, there's a difference because in the early trailers for Justice League, like, everything is really dark and stuff, but like visually they changed it to be like bright and colorful. In the final release, like the theatrical release, as compared to those early trailers, like, and if you look, you can see the difference. There's probably comparison videos on YouTube as well. But I don't think you could really save that movie. And it ends up like being at odds with what the rest of the DC movies were like, because they got several parts of it like rewritten and reshot to add more humor. This is a transparent wall. So like there's a lot of like banter, and I mean it works, but it sounds exactly like the Avengers banter stuff. Oh, I guess we're going up here. Come on. I didn't even. I saw your comments about Dismember and Entombed. You like Hold on, I have to scroll up. You like Dismember better. I'm not totally familiar with Dismember beyond like their first album, honestly. Entombed got really weird though. Like they went with the like the death and roll stuff. For a while they kind of sounded like Rob Zombie. Like Entombed like what was the album called? To Ride, Shoot Straight, and Speak the Truth, I think. I think title track of that was on like the Tony Hawk Underground 2 soundtrack, I think. That's probably the first Entombed song I heard. And then like I totally forgot. I totally like I didn't know who sang it, who performed it. Didn't know who that song was by, but I knew the song. And then I guess like, you know, I got into death metal, I learned, you know, about Entombed. And then like later like I pieced together, oh crap, this is the same band? That's weird. It's also weird because like for their other album Wolverine Blues, the record company like wanted to do like some sort of marketing tie-in because it's like, oh well, you know, the album actually has nothing to do with the comic character Wolverine, but they wanted to do like a brand promotion deal, so like they licensed Wolverine from Marvel to put him on the cover of one of the releases of it. I actually think that release of it is missing a track or two. Turns out Cell Dweller did a track for Need for Speed Game 2005. Hated that particular track. Yeah, I'm not familiar with Cell Dweller. Can we... Please, thank you. Oh my god. I have no ammo and I must scream. Funny because I learned about Anthrax through like the band Anthrax through Tony Hawk Pro Skater as well. Was they have a collaboration track with Public Enemy, remix of Bring the Noise on the Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 soundtrack, and that's the first time I ever heard of Anthrax. Oh, interesting. Maybe I will look it up after, sometime later today. Making me go through this with 4 health and fists. There's no way I can do this. There's no way I can do this. A little bit tedious. Yeah. About it. What do I do? Do I press... What do I press? What do I press? No, get out of here. What do I have to do in order to progress in this stage? Oh, I didn't press that button. That's why. I guess? Maybe? Do I have to head back? Or... Oh my god, what is happening? Where am I going? Please. Please, Mr. Scrotum Conveyor Belt, please tell me where I'm going. It's not like these point in a direction to go. Oh my god, this map. Okay. Oh. We're in the juice now, boys. I have to go find my way back there. What was that? I had to... Not that. That did not do anything over here. Oh my god. This map design is so obtuse and strange. See what they want to do. Like, I mean, it's interesting. Where's the meat room? There it is. There's 15 secrets in this level? Yeah, okay. You can kind of see through this membrane texture. Kinda. It's not very translucent, but it is. We're just on just keep going? Alright. Oh, okay. Pressure room. Huh? Oh my god. I didn't even see you there. And I got crushed. Alright. Load game. Is there a continuous timer, or? Anytime they make you fight like a tanky enemy like this and close quarters, it's just nightmarish. Oh my god. Can you stand in between them? No, you cannot. It's like 100% a timing thing. Okay. Oh, it's like you gotta stop and go, basically. Oh no, that didn't work. That didn't work either. Go, go, go. Ah. Huh? There not a better way?
If there's a new way, I'll be the first in line. But I better work this time.
Can you stand in the middle here? Or are you always gonna get crushed? You're always gonna get crushed. There's not enough, like the space is not large enough. You just kind of gotta go for it. God damn it. What did that button do? Opened up something up here, I guess. Got lucky on that to get him in. Oh, unless I've already been here and I did that, they've just been roaming. Explain why I killed them so quickly. Okay, it's not here. I don't know what the switch did. And I really don't like that. They open this up here? Oh my goodness. Okay. That's what I wanted. Cyber Demon? Cyber Demon, is that you? Is that what we're gonna have to do? No, Barons? Oh, this is the army of Barons from that other thing. That we're constantly walking through. Okay, I see. Do I not have the rocket launcher? Oh no, I do. This is just... They keep coming! Oh my god. I guess this is why this had such a high monster count. Jeez. Well, clearly you're supposed to be killing them with rockets because that's the ammunition that's littered around everywhere.
That's a lot of damage.
Okay. Guess we're doing this. This isn't exactly riveting gameplay, but I get what you're doing. Not you specifically, but the mapper. Okay, now they've mostly got their health low enough that I think I can probably go in and get them with my other weapons. Oh boy. Come on, come on, come on. I think I'm gonna call it after this level. And then I guess next time, whenever that next time is, could be tomorrow, could be a couple days from now, I don't know. Could be never. We will continue with this and that Zone 300 one that I didn't get to today. Because hopefully the last 3 maps will only take like a shorter period of time on this WAD, and then we can just do more of the Zone 300 one. What do I do to... Does this slowly open up the Revenant cage? Guess so. Or do you have to press a series of buttons? Like that's one, and then... Oh, there's another on the other side? Yeah, oh, you gotta press it at the end of each of these halls that the Barons came out of. I see. I get it. Is there one more? No. Don't think so. Just do this. I don't know if you heard that. There's like loud noise outside my window. It'd just be a car, but... Oh no, it's a bike. Motorcycle. Here's another funny thing about the English language. We call people who ride bikes cyclists. We call people who ride motorcycles bikers. Like, I know the reason why. It's just how language changes, but you know. And that there wasn't some executive decision about that. It was just like that's just how it happened. Only some of the rockets from Revenant's home on you. It depends on which frame they're fired on. No idea the actual algorithm, but depending on the frame that they're fired, they can either be homing or not. There's probably like an exact probability of that, but that would also take into the account the... Come on. Still following me. It would have to take into account like the rest of the Revenant behavior and how likely it is for them to fire at all. I think you just heard the motorcycle outside. Yeah, probably. Oh, was that like a silent teleport? Yes, it was. Yeah, okay, I see. Oh, there's 4 zones. Oh my god. Okay, so this is gonna be like a really long level. Jesus. That whole thing was just one of the 4. So, okay, so here's what's gonna happen is I'm going to end the stream now. And I will come back next time I do this. I will continue this level. Hopefully finish the rest of this WOD if it doesn't take too long. And then after that, I'm going to move on to doing more of that Zone 300 one. Not sure how much I'm going to finish of that. But they're all pretty short levels on there. But there is 32 of them. So that's what we're going to continue on next stream. Thank you for dropping by. I hope everybody has a good evening, regardless of where you're watching this, here or on YouTube. And yeah, see you some other time.